I'm just going to cut straight to the chase and pour the cold water on you. The internet sometimes is not a good place. If you go to any website, or God forbid, even post something about yourself, there are three main things you're probably going to see. Some old guy's wrinkly nutsack, an advertisement about a local MILF in your area, which, from personal experience, she is not there. Candace is not your local MILF, and she is not in your area, so sadly, you're not going to get that service. And the third thing you're probably going to see is a negative comment. Negative comments have always been a part of the internet. They're like the peanut butter to your jelly sandwich. They're like white on rice. It's just something that will never be not a part of the internet. It's something that will always be there. And the type of people who receive these the most are people in the public eye, people with a lot of followers. An example, YouTubers, because that's what we're going to cover today. And if you've been doing YouTube for a long time or just in the public eye for a long time, it's something you kind of shield yourself from. You don't get used to it. People who say, oh, I'm used to the negative comments, you never do get used to it. I'm not saying that from personal experience, but I just assume that you won't get used to it. But you develop a strong coating, a tough shield. You can bear a lot more than normal people. Now, one YouTuber in particular, which is the YouTuber I'm going to talk about today, I have always thought dealt with negative comments extremely well. He didn't take them amazingly all the time, but he knew how to take them, get back up, and keep going. And never really threw a tantrum about it. He always has a fiery personality and just goes, fuck you, and, just leaves it at that. He's used to it. He's been doing YouTube for so long. And the YouTuber I'm talking about is KSI. Now, over the past few weeks, and I've covered this topic in a past video, he has released a new product in Lunchly. Now, before he had Prime, it was doing really well, really well. And now he's released Lunchly with Logan Paul again, and now Mr. Beast. The interesting thing about that is Logan Paul is always kind of a loved and not loved figure, so the internet's kind of split on him. Then you have Mr. Beast, who's had the whole allegations going off. So it's not a great time for KSI to be starting a brand with both of them, but he did. And that's where I think this whole shitstorm started, because it's breaking him. So before we get into the meat of things, let me give you a quick speed run of everything that's happened, because I think everything does tie together, and I'll explain it right towards the end of the video. So grab your bottle of Prime, grab your Lunchly, and let's get into the thick of it. So like I said, KSI released the new Lunchly thing with Mr. Beast and Logan Paul. Very difficult time to be releasing all of this, and, everyone started giving the company a load of shit. Now, Logan Paul gave a lukewarm response, kind of aggressive, kind of lukewarm. Mr. Beast gave a completely PR response. But KSI has been the one that's been very, I don't want to say the word aggressive, but has been the more forward one when replying to people. And one of the ones he has had kind of a little bit of beef with is Dan TDM. Now, this, like I said, this is something I covered in a different video. So if you want me to really go into the meat of things, go watch that video. It's somewhere on my channel. I'm sure you'll find it. And this beef with Dan TDM was completely one-sided. In the video, I just showed Dan TDM's response and KSI's response. But in the past few days from that video coming out, KSI has just been non-stop harassing Dan TDM. Again, a bit of a strong word to use. He hasn't been harassing him per se, but it's just been constantly sending tweets about him, about the subject. And Dan TDM literally does not give a fuck. So KSI has felt extremely pressed about this whole situation, about the whole Lunchly thing. The whole Lunchly thing kind of became a little bit of a meme. None of the three who launched the product exactly said anything, but I'm sure they weren't very happy with the whole outcome of the Lunchly release. And straight after Lunchly's release, KSI decided to drop a music video, a song that he's written called Into the Thick, not Into the Thick of It, that's something completely different. Thick of It, or whatever the fucking song's called. And it's not his greatest song. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. I think mostly people are just saying it because it's a meme, but it's not his greatest song. He does have some great songs. I do enjoy a lot of the songs that he has. I enjoyed Holiday. I enjoyed Down Like That. That's still a fucking bop. I liked Beerus. That was a really good song. He has had some good songs. He has had some stinkers. This one, somewhere in the middle. But because I think the Lunchly thing came out and he gave such aggressive responses, and then that song came out and it wasn't, again, his greatest song, people have kind of merged the two of them, and the Hawk Tour girl kind of got caught up in the storm as well. So people are just fucking doing like a fusion dance of all three of them. And all three of them became this big meme. And the biggest meme of them all just happens to be his song. And a lot of it is pretty funny. Now, the whole reason I'm doing this video is he is not taking it very well. He is not taking his song being turned into a meme well at all. He's been melting down on Twitter constantly, doing tweets like, why does everyone hate it? Why does everyone hate me? There was a very, very famous actor. I cannot remember the name of him, but he was on, I think it was Die Hard. He was on a lot of old comedy films. And then once KSI responded to his tweet saying, oh, this is a really random tweet, the tweet got deleted. And KSI said, hey, why does everyone hate me? Why is this random actor who just managed to put this tweet out of me, why has he deleted it? So he feels like everyone is against him and everyone hates him, when genuinely everyone is just memeing the song and memeing Lunchley. And like I said, he's always been a character that has taken criticism very, very well. He's someone who's, when backed into a corner, when someone's joking about him, he's always just brushed off and be like, ha, that's pretty funny. He has friends who do that. He has fans who do that. And that's kind of the character he's always had and been with. But like I said, recently he just is not taking it very well. He's having a meltdown and being completely broken down by the whole memeing of his song.
Now listen, what do you want to happen? What do you it's already out. Your song's already a meme. What do you want to happen now? What is your
I just wanted to stop. I wanted to stop. I want people to stop making fun of my song.
I understand, man. Well, okay, I thought of how you could do it.
No, you don't fucking understand, because you haven't released a song before.
Yeah, true. And For
Bro,
example,
imagine putting your heart and soul into a project and then releasing it to the world and everyone's going, ha ha, ass, trash, you suck, bro, kill yourself.
Yeah, you don't deserve it. Wait, how does your
how does that make you feel?
So to give this clip a little bit of context, Aiden Ross has been pushing his buttons throughout this whole fucking stream. Like, it wasn't a thing where Aiden Ross sat him down and really gave a fuck about what KSI was saying. He was really trying to make KSI as angry as possible. But his reaction here isn't too dissimilar to his reaction on Twitter. Like, he is genuinely upset about the whole thing. And he was saying, oh, you know, when you put something out and people give it shit, it fucking sucks. I don't understand this. When he released Lamborghini, it's a great song now because of how everyone memes it, and it's like his first song, but no one likes it. It's not a great song, and everyone did it back then. Everyone was memeing the fuck out of that song. So it's not something that it's alien to him. He's had this type of hate. He's had this type of meme happen before. So I don't understand why it's so different now to him. Every song he's put effort, love, and a lot of money into it. So I don't see why this one is so different, because it's not like he's released a whole album and everyone's like, well, this is fucking shit. It's one song and people are memeing it, maybe to a higher degree because he's a lot more famous. He's got a lot more eyes on him than he did before. And with TikTok around, you know, everything just gets spread like wildfire, and clicks and views and stuff like that are, again, astronomical compared to what it was like 10 years ago. But still, it's still the same response that he was getting back in the day, and he's just melting down over it. And I really think it's because when he released his album during the lockdown stages when Corona was around, he received a lot of good responses off of that. And I think he sort of felt a progression within his music, and he thought, oh, well, whatever I release now, everyone's going to love. And he kind of has. Every song he's put out has been like either good or lukewarm. But now he's finally got a song that people are just saying is outright bad, which, again, I don't think so. I think it's just, it's there. It's another lukewarm song. But now that people are making fun of it again, I think he feels a sense of everything's going backwards, and he is just melting down over it. It's like he's not used to negative responses anymore, which, again, like I said, it's really weird because he has a fan base and a group of friends that taunt him all the time. So, again, it shouldn't be something he's alien to.
Oh, man, I get told crazy shit every day. But, like, JJ, you've been on the internet for how many years now? I mean, you should be used to that stuff.
Yeah, but it's when it's my music, it's personal.
Yeah, but what do you...
I'm literally making music about my life.
Yeah, dude. I feel you, bro.
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. I'm literally talking about every aspect in my life. And people are making fun of it.
He really doesn't help himself here. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a game theory in a little bit. But he knows that specific part of the song is memed. And he's trying to reference it as a point. But in referencing as a point, he just memes himself yet again. It is absolutely wild. And I think the song is memed because of the whole situation that's going on, but because there are parts of the song that is like, oh, where's my crown? And it's almost like he's got this inflated ego, which, again, he always has, but it just makes it a lot easier to meme. But he's so pressed that people are giving negative responses and saying, oh, you've put your heart and soul into this and everyone's memeing it. He's always done this to people. He did this with Rice Gum. He did this with Dax. He did this with probably other YouTubers that I can't remember off the top of my head. Jake Paul. And the only difference is, other than Dax, no one was really taking music that seriously, whereas music has always been a core integral part to his whole YouTube career. But he still has made fun of multiple people over multiple things. So if you dish it, you have to be able to take it back. But I've been sitting there scratching my ass, giving it a little smell, and something smells strange. Like I said, he has always dealt with this type of response to whatever he does, not just music, anything he's ever done. He's always had responses like this, and he's always taken it well. So this kind of 180 of his personality is very, very strange. So either one, because like I said, the whole music thing going well and now we're going badly, maybe he just doesn't know how to respond to these things anymore. Or two, I think he's doing a very clever trick in trying to act as annoyed as possible, so people keep memeing the song, and it gets more views, it gets more attention, it gets more publicity. Because the thing with the song is, I don't think people think the song is that bad, and I think he knows that people don't think the song is that bad. After the storm clears, I think people will genuinely listen to the song, or a good amount of the people will genuinely listen to the song and think, you know what, this is pretty good. And I think he's banking on that, because there's no way he thinks that people think this song is the worst thing they've ever thought. And there's no way someone who's been on YouTube for 10 plus years, 12, 13 plus years, who has had this type of response constantly, because he's always trying new stuff, can now not take this type of response. I think it's very, very strange. And I think that this is a very clever marketing trick, because even throughout this whole interview with Aiden Ross, there are times where it slightly looks like he's going to smile. Some of his responses and stuff like that seem a little dishonest. And like he said in the interview, which I didn't show here, he didn't want to be there. He could leave whenever he wants. He's got more than enough money. He doesn't need to do this. And he definitely doesn't need to do this with Aiden Ross. But he's doing it for publicity. And that's genuinely what I think. I don't think he's that pressed about it. I think this is all just an act. But who knows? I could be completely wrong. So yeah, a lot of bad things going on in the KSI headquarters. And I genuinely hope that he's not pressed about it, because he's a YouTuber I very much like. I grew up watching a lot of him. And even now within my YouTube career, I do aspire to handle a lot of hate the way he did and just shrug it off, because I thought it was great. I was so glad that he didn't take a lot of the negativity personally and used it to grow himself. So I hope my boy's good is all I'm going to say. But yeah, I just thought this was weird. I wanted to talk about it and kind of discuss it with all of you and see what all of you think. But that's all I wanted to talk about. But